this episode we'll look at some accessories for field recording. Field recording by its very nature warrants good practical kit. If there's any equipment that can help in any way, it's always welcome. There's an army of people working hard by developing stuff to ease your day. Let's look at a few essentials. I'm sure by going out into the field you'll have bits and bobs, leads, adapters, batteries, power banks, and an array of things that help your day. You need a bag that helps you and not hinders you by hiding what you need when you need it. I like to use the Zoom PCF8 bag because it's so handy for keeping everything in one place and where I can find it. Not only that, you have your recorder available and dry. It's lightweight with adjustable compartments which allows you to have everything the way you like it. I love this bag for its simplicity, weight and diversity. Another major component of anyone's kit nowadays is backup power. We talked about this before in the Being Prepared show. If there's one thing everyone needs nowadays, it's a power bank. Be very careful when buying a bank. The cheap ones are not a great idea. If you can afford it, get yourself a decent power bank. Now look at the mAh number, or milliampere hours. It tells you about the battery life. The bigger the number, the better the life of the battery. So consider an mAh number of about 15,000, then you should be able to charge the average phone about 10 times from that power bank. You can also charge a lot of equipment from power banks, so you should consider this when buying kit that you may need. Research the gear. Can you run your recorder or interface off USB power? Such a handy option when you're out on location. One of the things that I've spent tragic amounts of time cleaning up is wind noise and noise from recorders that aren't isolated. Look at this picture. This is me in the 80s recording some TV stuff. The one thing I will always ask sound recorders to do is always use a windshield. You never know when the perfect take will be destroyed on a perfectly still day with just a breath of wind. Whenever I'm recording, I'll be sure to use windshields with a dead cat. My dear old friends in Rycote have been part of my recording day for decades. And why? Because nobody can match them for the quality of the build and the effectiveness of their products. I love them. They make shields for every mic and recorder imaginable. From full-scale blimps to windshields for portable recorders, and even have a line in windshields for lavs. I've always found the blimps robust and ready to accommodate any shotgun mic. My personal favourite would be the Super Shield kit. It accommodates a huge amount of mics and gives me the wind reduction and shock mounting that I've loved all these years. In fact, nobody does hair like Rycote, and I genuinely mean that. The technology is amazing. Do yourself a favour, do not buy any of those cheap internet versions of hairy windshields. They're just a complete waste of money and studio time. Nobody does hair like Rycote. Nobody does hair like Rycote. The other thing you really need to invest in is a decent suspension mount to avoid vibration and other interference travelling through your camera, boom pole or hand through to your mic. You need a decent suspension. I got the Rycote portable recorder audio kit and found it invaluable. It has a handle for handheld and hot shoe adapter for DSLRs. You could even use it on a boom pole or a mic stand. Awesome piece of kit. Zoom do a hot shoe suspension for DSLR as well for their F1. It's exceptionally handy, though it does not have a standard socket for a tripod or a boom, which is slightly limiting in its application. Whilst I'm on about Rycote, here's a really clever little product. A major problem with location audio is lav mics rubbing off clothes when they've been used with clips. It's so frustrating. Try out the new stickies. You attach the mic to the clothes, which facilitates zero movement and zero rubbing noise. If it's windy, use one of the over covers. Oh, I love innovation. Simple and exceptionally effective. In another show we talked about the Zoom F series, the F8N and the F4, two super diverse essential recorders. In the field, the small form can sometimes be a little too small, especially when I want to be doing a mix on the fly and trimming some inputs. So here's the F control for the F8, F8N and the F4. It's a hardware interface for these recorders that give you tangible access to the most essential functions on your recorder mixer. I loved it last year when I was involved in a large multi-camera esports event being beamed out globally. Everything to hand, it was just so nice. I could talk for hours about every type of product there is and still not mention hundreds. I wanted to focus on the products that I have used. I found them super effective for any recording that I've done, from recording large-scale multi-camera setups to just recording SFX. These products really help me out in my day, and they're also back in the studio. I'm Keith Alexander and you've been watching Adorama TV. Don't forget to subscribe to Adorama TV for more great videos. Tell us what you think. You can like, comment or share this video, and please come by the Adorama Learning Centre for more great information and advice. Nobody does hair like Rycote.